panic in the international markets, with sharp declines in the stock markets of Japan and the United States, both in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. Is Bitcoin in a bearish rally? Are we finally broken with key structures? Traditional markets have suffered significant losses in recent days. On the screen, we have the Nikkei chart, which is the most important stock index of the Tokyo Stock Exchange. Here we can see significant losses for 3 consecutive days. This is due to the Bank of Japan, in an attempt to combat inflation, deciding for the second time this year to increase interest rates, which surprised the market, generating immediate reactions in the price. We also see significant losses in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, and the cryptocurrency market did not lag behind. On the screen, we have the Bitcoin chart in the daily time frame, and we can see the strong declines the market has experienced. The bullish Z we were analyzing, which was meant to correct this bearish impulse, where we labeled a WAY, and the bullish Zs, zooming in a bit but staying in the daily time frame, we can see how this bullish Z has already collapsed, breaking with great force the defense zone we were valuing as its guideline. Therefore, we now consider this macro bullish Z to be over. AZ, after collapsing, will tend to seek the guideline of the corrective patterns. In this case, it is the bottom of our macro channel. However, having the tendency to seek it does not mean it will actually do so. Now, let's zoom in a bit and go to the 4-hour chart. Here we can see that the macro bullish Z has left us a strong bullish impulse, which has been corrected, and we can now label a bearish corrective pattern with the W, the Y, and the bearish Z. As we already know, we will not try to stop this bearish Z, but we will pay attention to which structure allows us to redefine it to know where the price might react. That being said, if it continues to decline, we could expect the price to react and present some resistance around 42,704, as this level is the POC of the SHIB process that precedes it. Therefore, we are not saying that the price necessarily has to drop to this zone, but if it does, it is very likely to generate some reaction and resistance here. Now we have the Ethereum chart in the daily time frame on the screen to see how, on a macro level, also after the bearish impulse and the complex corrective pattern with the W, the Y, and the Z, zooming in a bit, we see that this structure has already collapsed, breaking forcefully the defense zone we were valuing. Therefore, we consider this bullish Z to be over, just like in Bitcoin. It is also worth mentioning here that the Z will tend to seek the guideline of the corrective pattern. In this case, it also coincides with the bottom of the macro channel. We can also see that if we calculate the institutional target, considering this entire structure as a macro distribution process, it coincides with the bottom of the channel. Therefore, like Bitcoin, Ethereum still has room to fall. So remember, we are talking about the long term since we are working with a daily time frame. Now let's move to a 4-hour time frame, and we also see an upward impulse and a corrective pattern. This corrective pattern shows us the W, the Y, and the Z of the bearish impulse. The Z comes with a lot of force, and we will not try to stop it. Instead, we will follow its movements until it allows us to anchor some structure. In the short term, we could expect a lot of volatility and a small correction of this movement, bringing back some of the significant drops we have been experiencing. Now, let's analyze Cardano, but before we do that...
Welcome to Crypto Insight, your ethical and moral channel for cryptocurrency technical analysis. Here, we really know what we're talking about. We conduct advanced technical analysis that has been developed for over 12 years. We upload videos several times a week. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, let me know and leave a comment with your opinion. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell so you don't miss the next opportunity.
We have the Cardano chart on the screen in the daily time frame, and here we can see a continued bearish impulse followed by a bearish channel in range, ending with a bearish climatic action. This bearish climatic action corresponds to the sharp declines we have also seen across the entire crypto ecosystem. However, we cannot say that this movement has given us the definitive bearish climatic action since the price could continue to fall. If we zoom in a bit and move to an hourly time frame, we will see an upward impulse followed by a corrective pattern where we can label the W, the Y, and the micro bearish Z. As we know, we will not try to reverse this micro bearish Z, we will follow it. Nonetheless, in the short term, due to the strong impulse we have experienced, we could expect some correction. Now, we are looking at the Solana chart in the daily time frame. Notice how we also have a strong bearish impulse, allowing us to label a complex corrective pattern, the W, the Y, and the macro bullish Z. Here we see how the guideline of this macro bullish Z has been broken strongly downward, thus ending the Z. Here we see a very strong upward impulse left by the bullish Z, and then we can label a bearish corrective pattern also with the W, the Y, and the bearish Z. As with the other assets, we will follow the downward movement without trying to stop this bearish force. However, we could expect the price to react near $98, as this is the PLC of this preceding reaccumulation process. Therefore, without trying to reverse it, we could expect some reaction and resistance at this level. If this area fails to hold, the movement could continue with strong bearish momentum since there would be no buyers defending it. We are now looking at the dot chart in the daily time frame, and here we can see that after this last sharp drop, we are very close to historical lows. Zooming in a bit and on a 4-hour time frame, we can see that we come from a distribution process followed by a flat pattern, which has already broken strongly downward in line with the general declines in the crypto market. Moving to an hourly time frame and calculating the institutional target of this whole process as a reaccumulation process, we see that we have reached the second institutional target. However, this does not mean that the price cannot continue to fall. We should expect that after this sharp drop, the price may pause, generate volatility, and recover some of the losses we have suffered in recent days. We will then have to conduct a cross analysis to see how the rest of the market is doing since, as we have just seen, the entire market has a bit more room to fall. Therefore, if the other assets continue to decline, DOT could also continue to fall a bit more. If you like this advanced technical analysis, let me know in the comments. Also, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon to avoid missing future analyses. Share this video with your friends and other trading and cryptocurrency communities so more people can improve their trading. Good luck with your positions and see you next time.